Ismaya Beauty is releasing $145 makeup wipes, and Sonia G is releasing a $350 brush holder in wood. Am I just in the wrong tax bracket to be in beauty right now? Welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We are going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked, and I'm going to let you know whether or not I want to spend hundreds of dollars on these things, or if I am leaving them in the store where, quite honestly, some of them deserve to be. And you let me know how you feel about these things down in the comments. I wonder if there's anything that I'm like thinking about picking up this week. We'll talk about it. There's also a Star Wars collab in the brewing, and I'm super excited. I'm so excited to let you know that this video is sponsored by Lumi. Lumi was invented by OB-GYN Shannon Klingman, and it is clinically proven to block any body odor all day and continues controlling BO for 72 hours. Lumi does whole body deodorants for pits, privates, and beyond. They come in sticks and sprays and creams, and they have all different things to help you control odor all day. Lumi stops odor before it starts, and it's safe to use all over the body. It comes in 8 different scents, and it does not stain your clothes, which to me is a very important thing. I have a bunch of different products here to show you, and I will also let you know towards the end which has been my absolute favorite product and how I've been using it throughout this entire very stressful year. First and foremost, we have the classic deodorant stick. This one is in toasted coconut. Listen, if you love gourmand scents, you'll really enjoy this one. It is a very true toasted coconut scent. This is not visible on the skin. This one will control odor for 72 hours, and you can use it on your arms, but again, safe to use all over your body. They also have this whole body deodorant, which is a very fine mist, and you can use this all over your body, and it is a very convenient way to applying deodorant wherever you want to have it. This one is in soft powder. Smells very fresh. This one is a very interesting thing. I can see a lot of people loving this for the gym. Myself, I have not tried this one. This is the acidified cleansing bar. This is PO optimized to control odor. It is in lavender and sage, and it's all really delightful. And this removes and controls odor without stripping your skin, and it says ideal for hair and body. I feel like this is the one you want to slip in the gym bag for that one person that goes to the gym and needs something easy to control odor all day. This is the most convenient product ever. I have one of these that I have been carrying around in my purse. This helps a lot on the go. When you remember that, like, I really should have brought deodorant, or I really don't have time to shower, because these are the acidified deodorant wipes. You can use these anywhere. Anywhere. If you're realizing that this half day is turning into a full day, if you're being caught out in a very warm day, which is what happens to me here in Austin, or maybe you're going from airport to airport and you have to go directly to dinner, which also has happened to me quite a lot of times, this one will just refresh you, remove odor, and control odor for whatever activity you have going on, even for private parts. I'm just letting you know. So this one is a lifesaver to have in your purse. We also have an acidified body wash in clean tangerine. Smells really delicious, and what a nice big tube. Again, this one is PO optimized to control odor, both as you're taking the shower to remove odor, but also afterwards. And then we have my absolute favorite, and I have this one in the full size that I've been using, but I also really enjoy that I now have a more travel size. And this is the whole body deodorant cream. This is an invisible cream. You can use it again anywhere you want, and I love using this for my feet when I'm traveling. I don't know about you, but I have been on a plane a lot of times, and even if you're not, even there might be situations where you will be like, oh, that makes so much sense. I love taking off my shoes when I'm flying. Do not force me to have my shoes on for an 11-hour flight. It is not happening. But I also want to be nice to people around me, so I used this one before, and they won't smell bad. So I can have the comfort, but also people around me can have the comfort. You know what I'm talking about. And this one in a travel size now, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. And again, you can use this all over your body. If there are times when you're like, you want to feel more confident, you want to feel more like comforted in knowing that there won't be any BO, this cream has been great for me. And this one is in a new scent for me, which is Fresh Alpine. And I really, really like this scent. Smells really good. I also have it in the mint and cucumber, which is 10 out of 10 recommend. For a limited time, Lumi has a lot of holiday bundles available on their website. If you want to stock up, or if you want to try it for the first time, or if you want to gift Lumi to someone that you think would really enjoy it, or maybe really needs it. The Lumi holiday bundles are up to 40% off, which is a great deal for new and returning customers. And just for my followers, Lumi is offering an extra $5 off plus free US shipping on orders over $30 when you order using the link down below in the description box and enter code Angelica at checkout. Again, thank you so much, Lumi, for sponsoring this video. I've really been enjoying these products, especially the cream. It's been a lifesaver during this traveling year, not only for me, but for my co-passenger as well. So don't forget to check out the offer down in the description box, and let's get on with the makeup news. I did film this look. I actually did do another look with the Cinch Beauty Galactic Visitor, which is my own palette, and all of the orders have shipped out from the Black Friday event, so check your shipping or your like tracking to make sure to see where your palette is at. And if you do post about them on Instagram, please tag Cinch Beauty. We would love to see your pictures. And if you haven't seen any tracking, check your junk mail. It might be there. They are in stock now, so if you do order from Cinch Beauty right now, they will be shipping out, I was gonna say immediately, but within like 48 hours, there's gonna be in the mail, like 2 business days, I should say. That's what I would say, but I'm just super excited for them to go out. I did actually film this for my second channel, which is always linked down below, which is a booktube and travel vlog channel. And I filmed a book tag while I was doing my makeup. It's a book and makeup tag, so I'll have that live soon. But I thought I was going to do a full face of my absolute favorites of 2024. So this is a full face of my favorite makeup of 2024. If you didn't see, I posted both my best and worst of makeup of this year this week, and also my palette declutter was live this week, and next week we're gonna do the palette ranking. Now let me scoochie to the side so we can talk about these things. Let's start talking about that Star Wars collab, because I am very excited. This is launching today as you're filming this. I am not making any sense. This is launching today as you're watching this. Grammar out the window. And this is a collab between Mooncat and Star Wars, and they're releasing nail polishes. And actually, don't look too close. I'll hold them over here. Like, you can look at them over here. I painted my own nails. I do love this polish. This is by Mooncat. Usually I'm just picking a polish or something, gel or something when I'm at the salon, but this is something Phoenix. Something Phoenix from Mooncat. I did paint my nails because the powder that I had on was shipping, so I'm gonna redo my nails next week. But I do think that these polishes look really nice. I might end up picking one of these up just because I love Star Wars so much, unless they sell out incredibly quickly, which does happen with Mooncat a lot. But I'm definitely gonna be keeping my eyes open because I love Star Wars, I love Mooncat, I think they make amazing polishes, and I definitely would like to own a Star Wars, like, let's not pretend that I wouldn't. Somebody has to buy it for the plot. And that person will be me. Thank you very much. I think it's super smart that Sabrina Carpenter is releasing a coffee scent. She's been doing these like perfumes that are like in the shape of like chocolate bars for a bit. I think this is her 3rd or 4th fragrance, and this is Me Espresso. This is so smart. I'm assuming that this has been in the works from the first second her like a song went viral on social media. This is a sweet and sophisticated, a delicious fragrance with espresso bean, and cappuccino. So what you're telling me, it's coffee and milk. Cocoa powder, night blooming jasmine, vanilla orchid, biscotti, caramel drizzle, sugared amber, whipped cream. Why is cappuccino in there? So it's espresso and breathe. Everything's fine. Everyone's fine. I don't love gourmand scents, but a sweet coffee scent, you know what? I'm not against it. I feel like this would sell out really quickly though. Sabrina Carpenter Me Espresso fragrance. Can I Google this? Is this available? Listen, I could buy this. If I Google Sabrina Carpenter Me Espresso, I will not get what I think of. Oh, here, Sabrina Carpenter fragrance. Where can I buy it? Scent Beauty. Listen, I'm an investigator. Oh, it's available. Add to cart. Listen, I'll buy it and I'll take one for the team. Check out. I love how I'm justifying this. Remember how I started out this video saying I wasn't going to purchase anything? I remember, you remember, Pepperidge Farm remembers, and 5 minutes in and I've already lost the battle to this, so love this for me. Funnily enough, the end of December is actually the time of the year where I see most like concealers, foundations, powders, like complexion products being released, and this year is no exception. We did talk briefly about this last week, but now we've been able to see more of this, and this is the new skin tint from NYX. So this is a skin tint meets SPF, and it is called the Buttermelt Glazed Soft Glow Skin Tint SPF 30. The thing with this one says that it's supposed to give you a hydrated glazed donut skin, which sounds not for me. I don't know if I would like this because it has shea butter, mango butter. It has niacinamide, which is great, but like it says non-greasy, glazed, leaves skin smooth and protected with a glowy skin. I'm like, I almost wanted, like, again, for the plot, like try it out to be like, you say glazed donut skin that's not greasy, and I am having my doubts. I cannot be the only one who reads that and thinks glowy greasy mess, and I kind of want to try it out. I don't know if I'm like, should I be trying it out? It comes in 10 flexible shades, which tells us that it's a very sheer coverage. It is $16. It's available now. Am I going shopping again? Let me know if you're actually interested in seeing me try this, because I could. Again, for the plot. Also, NYX did release 3 new shades in the Duck Plump Pigment Plumping Lip Gloss, which is not for me. I've heard this one is extremely painful, like a really painful plumping gloss. Not for me. They say that these are 3 holographic shades, and I don't know if they're actually holographic or if they're just very sparkly, like duochrome shimmer in there. Again, I don't love a glitter lip. I don't love a plumping lip gloss. This is like a punishment to me, but absolutely not getting this. But if you're interested in this, go right ahead. I'm sitting this one out. But let me know about the skin tint. Another complexion thing that is launching is from L'Oreal, and this is the Lumi Le Glow Tint. More glowy skin tints. Is this gonna be the thing for next year? Like super glowy skin tints? Maybe. This one I know will probably not be for me though, because it says a lightweight water-based tinted serum with foundation. The thing is that water-based things usually don't work amazingly on oily skin, and I have a very oily T-zone, so I don't think that this will be for me. This is melts into skin for breathable skin finish, formulated with light reflecting pearls and blurring pigments. So this is going to be a glowy formula that actually has a little bit of a sheen to it, not just glow. I don't think that this will be for me. Again, maybe I'll fill the formula in store and be like, mate, where am I going to try this? If you didn't know, in the US there are no testers for drugstore makeup. I know. In Europe, there are always testers for all makeup, including like drugstore. So I was gonna be like, oh, I can swatch it. There will be no swatching. There will be absolutely no swatching. You have to guess what shade you're in. It's all fun. It's all fun in the drugstores here. That's like one thing that I wish I could change with the makeup scene in the US, and it's testers for drugstore makeup, because I feel like that would help so much with like returns of drugstore makeup, because I end up getting the wrong shade all the time, and it's such a shame. This one is going to be $16, and it is available now. I will link all the things that I'm talking about down in the description box and in YouTube shopping if we find them. So check out there if you're wondering like, what was she talking about? Where did you find that? What was the release date? If it's something that's upcoming, all the info we can find, it's going to be in the description box. Another complexion product, and this one is heading my way, and this is from Colourpop, and this is the new Soul Body Liquid Sun Glow Drops. You know, the first thing I thought when I saw this was not like, oh my god, how late is Colourpop to the party with these bronzing drops, because I feel like this was popular while ago, and Colourpop is usually quicker on trends than this. I'm a little bit confused. It's one of those bronzing drops. You can mix it with foundation, you can use it as it is, or you can mix it with skincare. I know this is being sent to me because Colourpop did tell me that they're sending this one to me, so I'm definitely going to be trying it out. But you know what I thought when I saw this? I was like, oh, so they are still producing products in the Soul Body range, because I feel like Soul Body, Fourth Ray Beauty, they're under like sister brands. I haven't seen as much released for them this year, and I'm excited to see more from Soul Body, because Soul Body, I actually really like that brand. They have some really good product. Their bronzing balm, so good. Their scent is so nice. They have this body oil that has this really delicious scent. Absolutely delightful. And also Soul Body has some really nice candles. I wonder if they still have those. I have burned through a couple of those. They're really, really nice. So I'm excited to see them release more things in that range. This one has launched already, and it's coming to Ulta and Target as well in 2025. Again, I'm surprised at how long this took. Is this still popular? Is this kind of product still popular? Are the kids still using this on TikTok? Let a grandma know. More complexion products, and this is from Milani, and Milani is releasing a Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. Maybe skin tints will just be the thing for a bit now, and honestly, I really like the low coverage sticks that I've been trying. I know, Ilia had a really nice one that was in full coverage. I really liked it. ABH one, I love. Like, I like it so much. It's such a good one. And I'm excited to see one from the drugstore as well. Like a low coverage foundation stick, like a tint or a balm or something like that, but in a stick. They're usually really easy to just blend out with your hands. So I'm excited to see more coming to the drugstore as well. This is an ultra lightweight silky formula that melts into skin, buildable, light to medium. I don't know about that, if you're gonna build it up. See, building up like stick foundations though can make it real cakey real fast, so I would probably suggest keeping it at a light. Natural soft matte blurred finish. Wait, natural matte? Okay. $16.99 each. They're available now. See this? Do I need to go to Ulta? It surely would seem so. More complexion products, and this is from YSL, and they are releasing their All Hours. They're releasing a new product within that line, and they are releasing the All Hours Hyper Loose Powder for Spring 2025. What I will say, these colors, the bright pink, the baby blue, and the stark white, I have questions. Who is this for? Like, who is this for? Because I feel like this is for the Smurfs. And like, I don't know, Bariba Papa? I just like, this is very pink and very, very blue. Oh wait, this picture doesn't make it seem like as blue. But I'm just like, I've heard of lavender powder and I've heard of pink powder. Blue powder? Maybe I'm just like the one that's silly and's not getting it. But I'm wondering if there's going to be more colors as well. Transparent finish, hiding pores and unevenness with a blurring effect, adding a natural glow. There will be 3 shades. Translucent lavender and pastel blue. I am actual confusion. These are the shades. This is coming in a bit, so maybe there'll be more info later on, but I'm like, because also Huda Beauty is releasing at least one more color in her powder, and I've heard rumors in the corridors there's also going to be a matching one of those like liquid blushes that I mentioned in my yearly favorites, and there's going to be a lavender setting powder. She started to hype this up on her socials, and I've seen someone, was that on TikTok or was that on an Instagram reel? I don't remember, that held up the liquid blush in a lavender shade. So it seems like PR has already gone out. If I can find some picture of the collection or something, I'll put it up here. But it's basically going to be a lavender powder and a lavender liquid blush. And I think that this will be a really cool addition. I've seen people like lavender powder. Are you wanting a pastel blue powder? Again, I don't have a cool undertone, so for me, that's just absolutely mystifying. Like, I would never want a blue powder on my skin. But also, like, there's so many people who love, like, lavender on their skin, and maybe, like, blue is, like, very brightening. Like, again, I would love to hear your insight down below, because this is not the kind of shades that I would use on someone if I'm doing their makeup. But also, they're, like, I'm not an expert in color theory, so I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Like, what do you think about these like super, I wouldn't say weird, but like unusual colors when it comes to powders? We've also seen now that the new blushes from Tarte that I talked about last week, they are available now. They are called the Blush Tape Satin Liquid Blushes by Tarte, and they are 10 shades, $36 each. And you know what? Some of these shades look really interesting, and I kind of almost want to try them out again for the plot, because I tried one of these that was supposed to be a satin formula, and it was a bright red, and there was no glowiness to it. It dried down like a liquid lipstick, and it has the opacity of liquid lipstick as well, and it didn't blend out, and it just was it was too much, and there was absolutely no glow to it. The packaging was metallic. It said it was going to be metallic, but there was no metallicness to it, almost to the point where I'm like, I'm not even sure that the producer of this blush made what Tarte ordered them to do, but I'm intrigued to give this a second chance because these swatches look nice. There's also a highlighter from Maybelline, and I actually really like this. They released this year, they released these as like a glowy, almost like a blush highlighter hybrid, and you were able to use them as a blush, a highlighter. Some of them were a little bit more bronzy, so it could be like a bronzer, highlighter, blush all in one kind of a situation, and I really like this formula. I thought it was really, really good. It lacked a smidgen of pigment to be super easily usable as a blush on all skin tones, but now they're releasing this as a highlighter formula specifically, and I think that is really smart. I'm actually kind of intrigued to try this one out. This one is in 3 different shades. It's one very light, one more dark, and then there is one more rosy, and I think that these look really cool. When are these available? They don't say when these are available, but if I can find them online somewhere, I will link them down below. BK Beauty has released a new Core Complexion Trio, and I'm pretty sure these are new brushes for the brand. And it is a 3-piece set, and it's 115, 116, and 114. And I'm pretty sure that these are new. It's for concealer, foundation, and contoured foundation. And I think that these look really cool. I feel like BK Beauty has been releasing a bunch of like sets with like already existing brushes. I'm really excited to see them actually come up with some new brushes that's not a collab. So I think that this one looks really nice. And I really love those boxes that they do with the curated sets. It just looks so professional and nice. And I think that the packaging and the presentation of this is 10 out of 10. And this is like maybe a bridge between like complexion products and lip products, and this is from Salt New York. I love Salt New York. They make such amazing things, and this is called Mood Lightening, and it is a limited edition all-in-one blush, highlight, and lip balm, which tells me that this is a very hydrating formula that's gonna have a glow to it, that's gonna be a little sheeny on the skin, and it is 3 different like more rosy colors, one light, one medium, one dark, and they look so delicious. I'm pretty sure that I have a code with them, and that you can use code Angeshka and get some money off when you're at Salt New York. Try it out when you're at the checkout. I'm not 100% sure if we ever got that activated or not, but if my code doesn't work, I'm sure there's a bunch of other codes that you can use. Always try a code at checkout. You can try my code or try like one of my friends' codes, but try to, if there's a place where you can put a code in, see if you can find one, basically. Speaking of lip colors, Too Faced have decided to do even more of the lip injections, and these are called Lip Injection Extreme, which tells me all I need to know about all of the reasons why I will not be trying this, because I loathe a like lip product that hurts my lips. So this is a clicky stick, and they're like the Lip Plumper Extreme with a color. These are available right now at QVC. They're $28 each. There's a bunch of different colors, but absolutely not. First of all, I've already told you that, hold me accountable, I will buy no more clicky stick lip products. I've realized that I don't love those. Most of them turn pretty goopy on my lips, and if I try 10, I end up only loving 1, which was a waste of getting the under 9. There are other formulas that I prefer over the clicky sticks. I usually think they're just made too soft for me to love them on my lips. I would prefer a formula like that to be less goopy and with the doe foot in a tube instead. That's just a personal preference. And with them being like a plumping formula, no. Are we still doing clicky sticks in 2025? Like, what are the trends that you think we're not going to be seeing anymore? I'm surprised we're still seeing the squeezy tube with the poof on top, and now we're still seeing clicky ones. I also think that pH adjusting is like, that's definitely not trendy anymore. And I've heard so many people who love these lip treatments by Ole Henriksen, and he is coming out with a shimmery version, which I think probably is a really good idea. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of like shimmery lips, but these are $22 each, and they're the Glimmer Pout Preserve Hydrating Peptide Lip Treatment. There's a golden one, there's a berry one, there's a brown one. I, again, don't need more lip treatments. Like, I need a hole in my head. Do not need any of those, and I especially would not pick one up with shimmer in it. I have like my friends Karen Harris and Heather Austin, they keep raving about the Summer Friday one, and I'm like, maybe I just need to pick it up. Maybe that's the one that I actually need to get. Ooh, and remember when we said that we thought the new Queen Musia release was going to be blushes? They're actually tinted Hydrabalms for your lips. So you can apply these before bed or apply them all throughout the day, and they're going to be Hydra like just moisturizing for the lips. They have a subtle vanilla scent and a sheer wash of color that can be effortlessly reapplied throughout the day. No mirror needed. These are $36 each though. Queen Musa is not a super affordable brand. They also have this custom like unicorn horn packaging that's quite honestly really, really cool. I have their lipsticks in this packaging, which is like a mint color, and their packaging just really does elevate the product and make them a little bit more interesting. And I've seen the swatches of these and they look really, really nice. Another lip product that is coming out is from Sephora brand, and this is their Glossed and Hydrating Long Wear Lip Gloss. They say that it's a hydrating, high shine, cushion-like lip gloss that is long lasting and non-sticky. I love a cushion lip gloss without shimmer that is like hydrating and glossy and non-sticky. I might want to look at this. It seems interesting. It has a watermelon seed oil that moisturizes. It's nice. They're $14 each, and right now Sephora is still having their sale. So up until, is it Sunday? You can get 30% off the Sephora collection. You can, that is a multi-use, you can use it several times, and then they still have that 20% off coupon that is one-time use if you're just a member, any kind of member at Sephora. I did have, hopefully it's been uploaded and hopefully it's live, a video where I am doing a gift guide for the sale. So this gloss, I might be interested myself to try out, especially those like more yellowy beiges. Come on, that looks nice. More lip formulas, and this is a lip oil from Nars. And they are coming out with an Afterglow Sheer Hydrating Lip Oil. I do love a sheer lip oil. And it says it's a gel lip oil with long-lasting hydration and sheer shine. And gel, to me, again, tells me that it's a little bit more cushiony, which is what I like in a lip oil. I like them to be a little, I don't want to say thicker, but I like them to be cushiony on lips. I like to feel them a little bit more. I just don't want it to be like an oil. Of course, one of the shades is Orgasm. Who's surprised? The peach with the gold shimmer. I mean, honestly, I'm fine. This is coming on the app on the 17th of December and then on all platforms on the 18th. These are going to be $28 each. I like the packaging. It's really nice. Of course, there's an orgasm. Oh my gosh. 4 shades seems a little sparse though for a bigger mainstream brand like Nars. At least one of them is Orgasm. All is well in the world. We've also seen a sneak peek from Dior, and this is going to be their spring collection. Luxury brands just have a different like schedule than as normal peasants, and basically like Fashion Week for spring has already been. So they've already shown the spring collections for fashion. So I'm thinking that the beauty brands are probably working at the same time or showing things early just as the fashion is shown early. But this is going to be spring 2025 and they are releasing a bunch of new shades for their Addict Lip Glow shades. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new shades. And doesn't these seem so nice? I think this is so interesting. Again, this is the kind of color that I like. I want a sheer glowy stick formula. I just don't want it to be that click stick where you're like getting it to be super goopy on the lips, because then I'd rather do a lip oil or a lip gloss. That's what I've realized for myself. But I do love something like this that you can, that it's like it holds together enough so that you can like twist it up and it's like a balm. Love those. LH Cosmetics has some really nice ones. Lawless has some really nice ones. And I'm excited to try maybe one of these out as well, because look at those orangey shades at the bottom. Doesn't that seem like something I would like? There's also a yellow one. Like, I actually am intrigued by this. I also love, and I've been obsessed the past 2 years with a sheer red lip. Sheer red glowy lip without glitter. And I feel like some of these shades would be perfect for that too. But I will say though, I do have a couple of things in that in that category, and I definitely don't need more. There's a new brow pen coming from Benefit, but I will say, I remember back in the day when Benefit liked me. No, sorry. Back in the day when I was living in Sweden, I used to be on Benefit PR list, and I used to go to Benefit events that Benefit Nordics had. And we went to a release party for a pen like this that had the 3 prongs that were like a little, you know, like a little trident, like King of the Sea. What is this? This is like a roar. But I remember we went to a release event for that. I even went to Copenhagen to see that. And it was 3 prongs. And the difference was that it wasn't a brush tip and it wasn't a felt tip. It was a nylon tip, which means that it was never going to fray and you were always going to get like color all the way to the tip. And I actually like that one. And I even think I have one of those in the backup drawer here. And now I'm like, so is this a new and improved version? Did it need to be improved? Is this an addition to that? Did they discontinue that? Listen, I have no idea about Benefit anymore. I do not receive PR from Benefit anymore because Benefit's PR list requires you to sign a contract saying that you are going to post this and that many posts about the PR, which I did not want to sign, but I actually am very intrigued by this. It's available on the Sephora website. It's going to be $28. I will link it down below. This is the finest triple tip brow pen out there. So it's even finer than the one they had before then. You know what? I'm going to try this one out. I am going to try this one out. It seems flexible brush tip, draws on super fine 0.1 millimeter lines. Special ink feeder for smooth pigment flow. I just don't know how this is different from what they had before. I think this is because I remember that. Listen, I was there. I feel like this is one of those, like, did this really happen? But I was at the release event, was I not? Did that not happen? What happened to that product? I feel like I have it in my backup drawer. I kind of want to buy this one and like compare them. A brand that I have not heard that much about as of late is Alamar Cosmetics, but they are coming out with a Des Nude as Exotica pressed pigment palette. It is $28 and it is like a neutral palette, but it seems to have some more like spicy shimmers. The shimmers seem really, really nice. So that's exciting. I have not heard or seen anything about Alamar Cosmetics for quite some time, but I've heard they do really, really nice makeup. Where do people buy Alamar Cosmetics? Is it only on the website? I don't see anyone using it either, but I guess I'm just not watching the right people. But those shimmers seem yummy. There's also another clicky balm stick situation for the lips, and this is from Milani, and this is the Keep It Full Glossy Plumping Balm. It says it's a plumping again, but I'm thinking this is just a dupe for the Tarte one. It says it's a high shine, high comfort formula, but it's a cooling sensation. So this is probably a dupe for the ones from Tarte, and they are $15.99 each, which is not super affordable either. Again, I don't need a formula like this, and I feel like Milani is a little late to the party. I would rather try their foundation stick than this lip formula, but that might be only me. There's also a brow product coming from Viseart, and this is 8 shades of their new tinted brow gel and 1 clear brow gel. Very exciting thing. It's very rare to see brands such as Viseart, which is not like a mainstream brand, release something else that isn't eyeshadow palettes or the occasional lip product or the occasional like cheek product. It's so exciting to see something else. Especially when it's a full range and not just like one lipstick for a collection or one lip liner or lip kit for like Glamlight does for their collections. Very excited to see this. This is the $25 for the tinted formula and $27 for the clear. So the lack of pigment costs more. As someone who works with formulating makeup, that is a little confusing to me, but maybe the clear formula actually is a bit of a different formula. Oh wait, now I see it. The packaging is bigger. Do you see the clear one has bigger packaging? That's the one. Did we need that though? That I don't know. That I don't know, but I think that might be it. Or is it? Maybe not. I'm so confused. Why is it more? Is it because it's more in it? It might be. It seems like it's bigger. That's what she said. Like I told you, designer brands are on a different clock, different time than the rest of us. And this is the spring collection from Tom Ford. And this is the Rose Exposed collection. And it is supposed to be a fragrance in there as well. It's a Rose Exposed fragrance. Rose fragrances are my absolute favorite. But then there is a quad that is the Rose Exposed... That is a tongue twister. That is a Rose Exposed quad. There are 2 lip colors. There is a lip oil tint. I like the packaging of that one. That's really cute. This, I mean, this was never for me. This was never for me, but also 4 satin shades in a quad. That's just not the journey that I am on. But I know there are some diehard Tom Ford makeup fans out there, and maybe you'd be super intrigued by something like this. Ooh, can we talk about the color of the year? Sometimes I talk about color of the year and people are like, why are we talking about this? But color of the year actually makes sense for the beauty community, because a lot of times there will be collabs also with fashion and with home decor and with all kinds of things where brands will do collabs with Pantone, or brands will do makeup or things inspired by the color of the year. You can actually pay Pantone to find out the color of the year ahead of time if you want to plan your collections for this year. And I will say, I think the color of the year is like this mocha mousse. Yeah, which is like, I want a mocha mousse. I love mocha mousse. But it's like a rosy mid-tone beige. And you know what? Yeah. We are definitely heading into a more minimalistic time when it comes to a lot of things. And I think that this pretty much sums up how people are feeling about fashion. And we have been really on this train with more neutral makeup as of late, even though I think we're moving into more visible neutral makeup for sure. And I am not surprised to see a color like this. This is also, I'm seeing a lot of like home decor, especially all those all gray houses are turning into all mocha houses. I even have this color on the walls downstairs because I don't like cool tones, but this is a little bit more of a rosy beige. And again, we're only staying in this house for a couple of years. I wanted to paint it into something that I can like, and I like these kind of colors at home, but I don't like gray, but also doesn't kill the resale value. Because listen, when I buy a house to stay for forever, it is not going to be those kind of colors on the wall for sure. But I think that this is really cool. And I also think that if brands were to do makeup inspired by this, I think it would lean to some really interesting colors, because it is definitely more cool tone than the kind of browns that we usually see on cheek colors and lip colors. So I'm intrigued to see what this will be, for sure. Very intrigued to see, because like we can look at this all we want, but this is the color, and as you can see, it is definitely not a warm leaning color. What do you think this could end up being? Because I've seen a lot of like lip glosses and lip treatments as of late that have been not that typical peachy, but a little bit more browny, like brown instead of peach, brown instead of like a neutral pink. So I'm intrigued to see what this is. Definitely a different take. I feel like, was it peach last year or was that the year before? Oh my God. Time flies. Last week we talked about the fact that Beauty Creations was doing an advent calendar as a collab with SpongeBob SquarePants, and it seems like they are doing actually a full collab as well. So there is some lashes, there are lip balms, there are blush sticks, there are lip oils, an eyeshadow palette, single shadows, mirror, there's a full collection, and of course then the advent calendar that we talked about. I like SpongeBob SquarePants, and I think the packaging of this is done really well. I also think the color story makes sense for the characters of the show, but also is made in a way that makes it a little bit more usable, which I think is a good idea. This isn't for me, this isn't something that I like need in my collection, but I still think it's pretty cute, and I like how everything is looking. Like this picture is super appealing. That mirror is really, really cute. So I think they did a really good job with this, even though it's not something that I feel like I personally need. Also, Ensley Rain did release their new What the Fox Woodland Creatures palette. They're doing, every month they're doing one of these woodland creatures. They're so cute. And this What the Fox palette is such a cutie. I'm aiming to film like a get ready with me or something in a bit. And this is the palette that I want to use for that one, because I didn't have time to use this one before my palette ranking. But I think that this one is my favorite so far. There are dark mattes, there's a light matte, there's different shades. You can go in different directions in the crease. And then there's a light like multichrome and a darker multichrome, and both of them make sense for the colors that are in the palette. And I think this is so incredibly cute, and I love the packaging, and we will 1,000,000% be doing something with this. And like I said, so far I think the color story in this one makes the most sense, but I love the mattes still in that first palette. Those mattes got me. They're so incredibly cute, but I still think this is super, super nice. You can use my code with Ensley Rain and get some money off in case you're interested in this one or anything else from the brand. It's launching on the 13th. Oh, so it's launching today as you're seeing this. I think this is adorable. And like I said, I do have this palette. And when I opened it, I was like, oh, now we're talking. Really cute one. It's like almost like a neutral palette, but it's still colorful. Like it's not a bright colorful palette. It's like muted foresty colors. Love it. Wet n Wild are dropping some kits for holiday 2024. There is a glitter palette and brush set. There's an eye and face palette and eyeliner set, lip gloss and lip liner set, and a glitter mascara and lash curler set. And then there's a liquid highlighter and mini sponge set. There's a couple of sets and these are very holiday themed, which honestly, I say go for it. If you are gonna do a holiday theme, go for it. Do the gingerbread man. Do like the cookies, do all the thing. I think it's really cute. And the sets are $10 each, which again, it's really affordable. Wet n Wild has never been my favorite drugstore brand, but I still really appreciate that there are some affordable things that we can pick up for $10 to get this cute set. And how cute is this as a stocking stuffer? Also. My best friend is here from Sweden visiting, and she's going to be spending the Christmas season with us. So we're not going anywhere. We're going to spend Christmas here. What is your favorite thing to get as a stocking stuffer or to give as a stocking stuffer? Because we have never done that. That is not a Swedish tradition, but we wanted to try it this year because we're spending Christmas here. So we're gonna get some stockings. I would love to hear, what is your favorite thing to put in and what's your favorite thing to find in your stocking? Let me know in the comments because I want to get inspired and I am so excited. You know what my husband asked for Christmas? A frying pan. I don't know if I should be like impressed or frightened. I mean, I bought him the frying pan. Listen. You want a frying pan? I'll give you the frying pan. Just cook me dinner, please and thank you. First of all, Tatcha is coming to Ulta. We've already talked about that, but Tatcha is also coming out with some new products. They're coming out with a full new line. They're calling it the Brighten line. And it seems to be peach-is, and it is a brightening and firming vitamin C serum with ferulic acid, $89. Whew, it's Tatcha prices for sure. And then there is a brightening eye cream. Doesn't say a price there, but expect it to be like $50 or something. It visibly firms and depuffs, targeting hyperpigmentation and strengthening the skin's barrier. Whipped formula. Ooh, I do love that. And that seems really cool. Again, it's peach theme. It's coming to Ulta as well, I guess. And I am assuming that they're kind of like getting this launch to like meet up with the time that they're launching at Ulta, so that they're also launching at Ulta with like a new product, which makes perfect sense to me. I like to see different brands at different retailers, but I'm also like, who's going to win the retailer war? Because we do need to have the competition, otherwise prices are going to skyrocket. But it's going to be exciting to see now that like so many brands are at different retailers. It definitely, again, I'm intrigued to see where this is going. There is also a new fragrance from Boy Smells. I love Boy Smells. They make so many incredible scents. They're a unisex fragrance brand that have so many interesting, light, airy, fresh, sexy, heavy, so many good scents. And they are coming out with a scent for New Year's, and it's called Ball Drop. And it is a citrus woody scent, and it's limoncello, champagne, and cedarwood. For the sparkle girls and gays, because the Chinese diva of the ball needs a signature scent, it is a zesty bouquet of celebration. It's beautiful, chaotic messiness. That could be, this could be my tagline. Beautiful, chaotic messiness. Me. Present. Opens with a limoncello shot, melts into a dizzying disco ball, accords, and grounding cedar wood for the morning after. Okay. There are so many scents from Boy Smells that I love. I want them to bring back Bramble with the most burning desire ever. I love that one. It is so good. It is, I think it is basil. Is it? I think it's basil and blackberry. So good. It was limited edition this summer. It came and it went, and I needed to come back because one of the best fruity, berry, zesty, yummy, just juicy scents out there. But I'm intrigued by this one. It's available now. Should I buy this one too? I mean, I mean, okay, let's talk about the brush holder from Sonia G. This is not the first time that they do something like this, and I am not the person to be shaming anyone of how they spend their money. I am such a big lover of like spending a clump sum of money on that perfect like luxury thing. I absolutely love it. I'm definitely quality over quantity. But this is the Japanese Gardens brush holder for holiday 2024. You're supposed to be able to put your brushes in here. I mean, this does look really aesthetically pleasing. Work with 3 different types of wood: walnut wood for front and back panels, and also for a little island inside the maple pond. Then there is maple wood for the structure inside the holder and for the big pond and for the moon. Wench wood for the 3 rocks on the island. They've been crafted using the Josiji technique, a woodworking method that involves combining different types of wood. I mean, it looks absolutely exquisite. But it is $350, and I'm just like really confused. I would never spend that much on a brush holder. I say as someone who has a makeup brand that does brushes. I just think that is like, I'm looking at like the brush holder that I have. It's an acrylic one that I bought from Sueva, which is great. It's a really nice one. I'm just like, it's very expensive, but I'm also like, I'm clearly not the customer. And Sonia G is a very expensive brand. They have very expensive brushes. And I am the person that likes paying extra for quality. I really am. And that's literally, I am the person that if something is a little bit more expensive, but better, I will pay for that one. I will save up and I will get that one. I will get the one I want instead of trying to find a dupe for it and just ending up buying stuff that really doesn't like scratch the itch that I had for that original product. But I'm also the person where I'm like for me, I'll save up money and buy a nice bag, but I won't buy a $10,000 Hermes because I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. Because I can find an equal, like good quality, good looking bag for way less. And that's how I feel about the Sonia G brush holder too. I will spend extra to get that really nice decor piece that fills the purpose that I want. But I am sure that I can find a really nice handmade brush holder on Etsy that is not $350, that I will think is just as pretty as this one. So sometimes that extra jump in money, I can't like motivate that extra jump. And that's how I feel about this one. What do you think about this one? Because again, $350 for a brush holder is, to me, wild. And yes, I zoom in on the details. It looks incredible, but I won't appreciate this to a $350 value. I know myself. I know my limits. And then we have the Isamaya. This is Conserving Beauty, $145 Isamaya and Conserving Beauty collab. So you get the holder and you get 1 pack of the Isamaya face wipes, like as a makeup remover, skincare wipes. I hate face wipes. Let's start with that. So you could never convince, even if it was $45, even if it was $4. I don't do paper napkins. I realized that like Kleenex, that's very much part of American culture of like having Kleenex drawer, like paper towels in a lot of different places in your house and being able to have that everywhere, and people will buy those decorative box for Kleenex. We don't do that in Sweden, and I don't say that as like, oh, we're better. No, it's just not something we do. If we need a paper towel, we'll go to the kitchen and get that. I've never felt like that. It's just a difference of culture. So for me, face wipes, like cleansing towelettes, anything like that has just never been something that I want. I don't want Kleenexes around my house. I don't want like face wipes. So I think that like it's just a difference in culture. Again, nothing is better, nothing is worse. It's just like what you're used to. Do you use cleansing wipes for face? Because I will say I don't even travel with them. Like I don't even want them when I'm traveling. Because that's the one thing. There are 2 things. I shouldn't lie. There are 2 things that breaks up I get breakouts. Makeup wipes. I don't care how fancy they are. I will get breakouts. And 2 heavy face creams. I will get breakouts because if it's too fatty, too hydrating, too much on my skin, I get breakouts. But this one says the opposite. I don't even know if this makeup remover Creates a radiant, dewy canvas perfect for makeup application, gently cleanses while deeply nourishing the skin, 100% dissolvable, eco-friendly, and sustainable for a cleaner beauty routine. It's a hyaluronic cleansing cloth, all in one. It says for makeup removal as well. So you can use this as a makeup remover or before makeup, like a morning cleanser. I just prefer to have it in a bottle. I just feel like it would be more economic, right? Because you would get more uses out of a bottle than you would get out of something like this. I don't know how many towelettes are in here though. But for $145, you get 1 pack of the towelettes, and you can buy a refill. And then you get this like packaging thing. Again, I don't want something like this visible. And that's why I would never buy a decor box for even tissues like Kleenexes, because I don't use something like that. I don't want that visible. I am very particular of what I think is decor enough to be visible and what I just want hidden. And even if I were using Kleenex, I definitely would not want that visible. But I would love to hear about this. I feel like Conserving Beauty might be this really well-known thing. If they're doing a collab together, maybe they're like known for doing these kind of like minimalistic looking things. I'm sure they have like Kleenex holders, right? I'm sure they do. Do you have Kleenex at home? And if you are not living in the US, do you have like paper towel boxes around your house? Or is it just Swedes that don't do that? Because I'm not speaking for all of Europe, and I'm definitely not speaking for all of the world. I just noticed like a difference in culture, and there's a lot of things that we do in Sweden that now that I've gotten to the US, I'm like, that makes no sense. Why do we keep doing that? So listen, that door swings all the ways. But yeah, I would never spend $145 for a makeup wipe holder. That's just me. Again, I don't think I would ever want something like that visible, but even if I were, I'm sure I could find a pretty holder that's somewhat aesthetically pleasing that's not $145. Maybe not. What do I know? I haven't looked for it. I'm sure you can find something pretty that's less than that, right? And I think that was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed the makeup news. I feel like we're getting towards the end of the year, and usually like this week and the week before Christmas, there's not that many things, but usually as soon as Christmas is over, every brand and their brands and their cousins' dogs' brands is going to want to announce something that they're releasing either at New Year's or the first week of January. Listen when I tell you that that's probably going to happen. I also was able to like pick the winners for the giveaways, and they got back to me, and I've sent out all the giveaway goodies for the giveaway that I had. And I'm thinking next week we'll do another one because I have so much more that I'm able to give away. So let me know if you're interested in the giveaway next week. That could definitely happen. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. There will be more videos coming next week, so don't forget to subscribe. Also, thank you so much, Lumi, for sponsoring this video. I will leave the info in the top of the description box, so don't forget to check that out as well and check out all their holiday bundles. And I will see you real soon in a new video. Bye!